Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chad with CD Shave, and thank you very much for joining me for today's sample and a shave. That's right. Before we get into that, let's get into the holiday of the day. Today's holiday of the day is International Beaver Day. I don't know that there's a whole lot more I can say about that. I mean, you can kind of fill in your own blanks, because Lord knows I did. So, with that said, International Beaver Day. Happy International Beaver Day. Enjoy your beaver, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, moving on to the shave. I love the sample and a shave series that I do, because it's a great way to kind of kick back. You just do your thing. You review a sample that you've never really had a chance to try before, but maybe you've heard a few things about it, or I have, and I get to go through some gear and just basically do a shave. And we're going to do a head shave today. So as far as the sample is concerned, today's sample has been brought to you by DK Damn Fine Shave. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Check him out. And he's also on Instagram as well. He posts a lot of his shave of the days. He's got a great channel. He has great content. And he supplied the sample for today's sample and a shave. So thank you very much, Mr. DK Damn Fine Shave. All right, moving on to the soap of what it is. Befana by Strikegold Shave. Now, I've pulled it up because obviously I don't have the entire tub. So I pulled up the sample of the sample, but a picture of it on. That's what the tub looks like. That's the artwork looks like on the shave page. And I can't really zoom in. Yeah, actually, I guess I can. Here we go. Well, what's interesting about this, I've zoomed in a little bit more on that. That artwork is fantastic. That's on the tub right there. I imagine it's on the aftershave too. What's great about this is I just did a. It's done. The artwork is done by Chicano Designs. I don't know if I butchered that. If I did, guys, I'm wicked sorry. But you know, I'm awful with names, just like I'm awful with the name on this one. This is Galoch. Well, I don't care. But either way, it smells great. I just did a review on this. Check that out. Check that video out. The artwork was also done by the same gentleman. And I just wanted to, I thought this would be a great time to do this sample. As far as the scent notes are, this is a 20, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. This is a tallow-based shave soap. It is $21 for a 5-ounce container. It is available at strikegoldshave.com. He's got a pretty nice website. Come a long way since his Etsy days. The scent notes on this are quite extensive. Okay, they're lavender, lemon, bergamot, orange, cinnamon. Let's see, we got cashmere, jasmine, honey, tonka bean, tobacco, and vanilla. That's pretty extensive. I'm generally not a huge fan of complicated scent profiles, but I guess when it comes down to it, it is all about the scent, right? I'm going to take this right out of the package. Looks like a piece of gum, doesn't it? I definitely get the vanilla. Vanilla is one of those scent notes that just jumps right out to me. It could be just barely in there. And the jasmine and a little bit of the bergamot. Yeah, this is actually nice. So, you know what? This is one of those scent profiles, right, where there's a lot in there which you might consider complicated, right? The thing with complicated scent profiles, and although I'm not a huge fan of them, they sometimes it's necessary. In order to get one scent, you have to combine a whole bunch of other ones to get it. So they list it. I get that. It just sometimes it just kind of like the list goes on and on. From a buyer's perspective, and you see this really long list of scent notes, you're kind of like, what does that mean? So, but I've been around this for quite some time, so I kind of know what it means. All right. We got our hot water in our thermos. There we go. Put that right there on the floor. Because today we're not shaving in the bathroom. We're shaving at our desk because I can. I want to. So, we got ourselves a little Diet Coke here. Yeah, and we're going to do a shave. Alright, so we've got the sample pushed in our bowl. We're going to bowl lather this, obviously. I think we're going to set this aside so we don't get any water on that. Now, as far as the rest of the gear is concerned, because having the soap in a bowl does nothing for a head shave without the rest of the gear. We've already talked about the aftershave. Since we're talking about the post-shave, we are going to do the Thayer's Witch Hazel, which is peach-scented in our JD bottle, the sprayer decanter on there. We're getting a little low. Can't wait till the peach scent is gone, and then I'll move on to something else. As far as the razor is concerned, we're going to be using, it's in pieces right now, but the Rockwell 6C, we're going to be doing setting number 6 on the plates. There it is. And we're going to be using Persona Red Platinum. Those aside. Take a fresh blade out of the package. Now, as far as the scent strength is on this soap, I found it to be about mid-strong. It's a little bit higher than mid-strong. Off the puck. But it is nice. I don't have, the reason I went with Gaelic is because I don't have the pairing aftershave. That's kind of the whole point of a sample and a shave, is you get something to try something out. It's not like you have the whole set, whole kit and caboodle, where you can try different things, you know, or match it or whatever. This is just one of those things you just want to try it, and that's what it is. So, all right, we're dropping the blade in to our razor here. Setting number 6. Ready to go. Rocking and rolling. Setting number 6. This is going to be a good head shave, I feel. Now, I've used Strikegold stuff before many times, and I did actually quite a few. I've done quite a few reviews on his stuff, and generally I don't have issues. I had an issue one time, but it ended up being one of the hardware problem. It wasn't the soap at all, and him and I had that discussion. So outside of that, I've never had an issue with his soap bases. I know he's improved a bunch of them over time. He's done different things, and also artisans do. They add different things to their soaps. They change the formula, and sometimes I think that's interesting because somebody will say to me, I'm thinking to myself, "Wow, this is a great base." And then someone will say, I got this new and improved base. And I'm kind of going, what the hell was wrong with the old one? Wow, I liked it. So anyway, all right, so moving on. Brush. Yaqui Marbled Red Synthetic Knot 26 millimeter. Got this over at westcoastshaving.com. It's a nice brush, especially for the money. But I've been using this a lot lately because I like it. It has nothing to do with the price point. Got some badgers and stuff like that, but you know, I'm kind of a synthetic person, honestly. And so that's what we're going to do. So we'll throw a little bit of moisture. We're not even going to soak the soap. Just a little bit of moisture to introduce the water to the soap. Take our bowl right in the middle. Put a little water in the head. Extra towel just in case. Wipe the forehead. Speaking of which, all right. So, Christopher Bailey, I'm going to call you out on something. He commented before, this is all in good fun. He said that because of where I'm from New England, he said, you know, he said, by the way, you know, it's not performance, it's performance. That's according to Anthony the Stallion Esposito. And I do not say performance up here. Not all of us say that. I may say bastard. B-A-S-T-I-D. I say, for Christ's sake. Let's see, what else do I say? I tend to drop a lot of the G's on words that end in ing. You know, he's suffering. Oh, God, he's suffering. It's terrible. You know, but I don't say performance. That's more of a mass thing. I just wanted to set that straight. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and lather the soap, shall we? So I hope everybody's doing well. I miss all the crap that's going on. Just gonna move this water aside a little bit here. Just gonna focus on the soap. One of the things I've noticed, like my hand washing, I don't know if you guys can see that. The tops of my hands are just destroyed. One of the things I found that works really well with that is post-shave balm. And I reached out to some artisans. I'm like, hey, I've been putting your post-shave stuff on my hand. The Star Jelly, I don't have it in front of me, but the Star Jelly from PAA, And they're like, yeah, do it. I mean, it's skin, right? It'll do nothing but help you. So, and let me get this straight. That's not a hand sanitizer. That's not what I'm not claiming that. Don't use it as that. That's not what I mean. It's just, I'm talking after you use that stuff and you're like, your hands are dry. That's what I'm talking about. And the stuff works great. I'm not a huge shave balm person personally, but I do have 5 or 6 of them in my shave den, not including some of the what I call over the counter ones you can buy in the store. And I didn't get a ton of use out of those, but I've been going through them crazy lately. I've been using Sterling's Sandpiper, and this stuff, I think this bottle's like half gone. It smells good, but it works awesome. It's healing. It's just taken a while because I waited too long before I started applying it. So, all right, so we're already getting a lather going on here. As far as when it's lathered, the scent, I still get that. Oh no, I get the lavender now. Lavender and bergamot kind of teamed up, and a little bit of the jasmine, and then the vanilla at the end. So yeah, nice scent. Yeah, Strikegold Shave is owned and operated. My synthetic is, I think my synthetic is shedding. I never have that problem with a synthetic. I just don't. Huh. Okay. Well, all right. So when I lost the hair that was in there, certainly wasn't mine. All right. So owned and operated by Frank Misa. Good guy. If you have any questions about his site or any of his products, you reach out to him. He's got a contact section, I believe, on his website. And he'd be more than happy to answer any questions about any of his stuff. Or just shaving in general. He's been around the circuit for a little while now, and I believe Frank's a straight razor guy. I think. Not that he doesn't use safety razors. I think that's his preference. If I'm wrong, sorry, Frank. But this thing lathers really, really well. I'm just throwing a bunch of water at it because I'm just looking. I'm kind of just testing it just to kind of see what it does. It's definitely shaveable right now, but I'm just kind of messing with it. You can see it's got the sheen on it. Here we go. So yep, I'm definitely, and there's I don't know if you can see, there's still a ton of the sample that's left there. You can kind of see it. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get this shave going. Oops, threw a little bit more water in that than I wanted to. All right. Mix up those droplets of water I threw in there by mistake. Yeah, that's good. That's a nice lather. All right, let's do this. So in a sample and a shave, the thing about this series that I try to focus on is not only just trying something out, but this particular in this particular series I do the entire shave. You guys, if you guys want to watch the whole shave, like some of you do, and there are people that will tell me, they're like, boy, you know, your videos are too long, blah blah blah. I don't need to see the whole shave. But then I shorten it, and I hear people say, wow, you cut out the most important part, the shave. Okay, so now we get to do best of both worlds. So now that I've lathered it, put it on here. Scent fades a little bit, but that's not unusual. It just is. We'll set the switch bowls here. Go to the water bowl, and let's get shaving. All right, so first shave. For those of you that are maybe new to head shaving or thinking about it, always with the grain, just like face shaving. Always do it with the grain passes. Let the weight of the razor to do it, and this razor is great for that because this razor is really heavy. Well, not super heavy, but heavier than, say, like above the tie. But if you're new into wet shaving, you probably don't have above the tie, or that's probably not even on your radar right now. Above the tie uses aluminum in one of the razors, which I have, and it is extremely light. go ahead and we're going to switch hands. Now, I don't always do this. I tend to shave with one hand when it comes to the head, believe it or not. I would suggest, if you can, becoming ambidextrous. It can be easier that way. It's not always, but it can be. In the event that you have to shave with the other hand, you can. All right. Let's bring it down a little bit. Make sure that we get... Sometimes I miss right above the ears, right? I just caught myself with that New England ear. I just caught that. Yeah. So on this razor, you definitely want to kind of choke up a little bit. I don't always. I kind of forget my own rules, but I find because it's heavier, if you choke up more on it, you get more of control over it. Just a thought. Wipe the forehead, or forehead is what I do say. Oh yeah, nice and slick. Good job, Frank. Nice scent. I'd say shaving with it overall, I would kind of qualify this as kind of a lighter scent, honestly. I have no idea what the aftershave is like. That could be absolutely heavy as heck, you know what I mean? But, I don't know. I don't have it, so I can only speak to the soap. And for me, the soap is kind of, it's a lighter scent, which is fine. Not a bad thing, it just is. All right. First cross grain, from eyes towards the ears. I do shave with a lot of passes. A lot of people comment on that. I do it because it works for me. I find that I don't miss anything that way. I can't stand going to work and, I put my hand up on my head and I can feel the that little stubble. I'm like, shit, I missed it. And I'll just keep grabbing at it all day, and it drives me nuts. So this, I don't know, it works for me. Would I suggest this as to a newbie? Yeah, I would. Suggest this is how I would do it. I'd say I'd suggest it because that's how I do it. The great thing about when somebody asks me is from a newbie's point of view, they say, well, how do I wet shave? And I go through all these passes and I say, this is what you can do, blah, blah, blah. You do this way, you do the cross grain. I do 2 cross grains. And they say, geez, that's a lot of passes. I don't know if I have time for that. And I said, yeah, you probably don't. I'm like, so don't do what I do. Try it once to see if you have time and to see if it works for you. And if you don't, and you say, I need to cut it down, then cut it down. Cut it down. It's a beautiful, beautiful day out today. Went out there, just hung out with the family and basically wrote in the journal and just chilled out a little bit. Now this one is going to be my cross grain number 2. The lather seems to be maintaining its hydration, which is good. As you can see, it's still got that sheen on it. It's still plenty saturated. This is another thing I do, my Santa Claus beard, but not Santa Claus beard up on the head. Some people are like, you don't need to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure it's my shave. Yeah, I had somebody say something a couple of years ago. Why do you use so much lather? It's just part of the shave, man. It's part of the relaxation for me. All right, so this cross grain goes from the middle of my head, from my ears to from my ears to my eyes. I usually just kind of I don't even eyeball it. I just kind of feel it. I mean, the thing is, I don't really need a mirror to look at the back of my head to know that I'm getting the shave. I can feel the hair, and I suggest you do the same thing. Don't just listen to the blade. Feel it. Feel it on your skin. Feel the noises that it makes. And when I say feel the noises that it makes, I mean like inside your, like, I know you know what I mean. This is going to sound crazy, but feel the noises it makes in your head when you cutting the hair. Those of you that shave your head will know what I mean. Those of you that don't are probably going to think I'm hearing voices, and that's okay too. And this razor's nice. No rattling. Nothing coming loose. That's interesting. See, I'm starting to pick up that scent a lot more now. It faded for a while, but it's back. It's nice. That's good because it's a nice scent. Still maintaining hydration. The residual slickness is off the scale, and no, let me back that up. Off the scale, but it's definitely there. So now, residual slickness is the slickness I'm talking about that's in between shaves. It's not something that you necessarily want to rely on a shave with. You don't want to sit there and be like, "Well, that's slick enough. I can shave it. I can shave with it." I mean, in some instances, you probably can. I don't particularly want to take that chance. Especially when I've got all the lather sitting right here anyway. There's no need of it. I just take the time to put it on my head and keep going. But the residual slickness too, for me, every time I have a soap that's got a ton of it on there, the post-shave is really, really nice. So that's just a trend for me that seems to be the case. All right. Against the grain. Now this, I can pretty much start anywhere. I usually kind of grab the back of my head somewhere and bring it up. Some people start over their ears. It doesn't really matter. Especially unless you're not shaving your entire head. I am, so I don't care. Yeah, see, I get a little stubble right there. I can feel it. I'm going to have to get it when I do a cleanup. Yeah, I could probably try to get it now. So after this, I'll do kind of what I call a cleanup pass. I'll just kind of feel around, see if there's anywhere that I missed. Yeah, this stuff is slick. I gotta rub the razor off. Rub the razor off. Yeah, I just said that. Alright, I'll have to do a cleanup pass after this just to kind of make sure, because I can feel that. I don't want to. It's got residual slickness, but not enough for me to do a full, pass without reapplying. So. Okay. Ooh, missed that part. rinse that. Wipe the forehead. This is, what do my viewers call this? The nutsack grab once. All right, so here we go. Here's the peaks. Real nice. Another reason why I do the cleanup pass to kind of demonstrate. I mean, you can see that thing's holding pretty strong. That stuff's pretty dense. I mean, it's holding quite a bit of hydration in there, and the lather in the bowl is the same way. So yeah, good stuff. So I'm just gonna rub a little bit across my head like this. Take the time to rinse my hands. Now I'm just gonna make a royal mess and just feel around. Here's where I almost always miss it. No matter what I shave with, it doesn't matter how I do it. I always have to kind of J-turn it at the end. People are like, oh, you're gonna get skin irritation. I never do. I've been doing this for years. If I start getting skin irritation, then I won't do it anymore. Like this, I'll change my ways. Sunset's nice. You can see that while I'm shaving down here, which is really, really nice. It's actually just down beyond the trees now. Okay. Yep. All right, I think we're just about done here. One final rinse on the razor. Rinse in the hand. Throw a little bit of water in the head just to kind of rinse off what we can. Oh, nice. That's what we get left in the bowl. We're gonna be careful. That's wicked slick. All right. Yep, I got ton. Wow, actually, yeah, and I knew it. I can already feel my head's pretty hydrated. I feel like I just put like lotion on my head. It's pretty hydrated. That's nice. I'm still gonna throw on the witch hazel, a little bit of on the dome there. Let that dry. So my evaluation of this soap is nice. I would absolutely, I would look into buying it. 21 bucks for it. It's kind of steep, especially these days prices, but it's not astronomical. You get 5 ounces, which is a good amount of soap. So I'd have to look into that a little bit more. As far as I'd see how much the aftershave is and so on and so forth. I didn't check that. But the scent is definitely, scent's really, it's actually getting stronger and stronger. It's really, really nice. So I guess it's going to come down to, first of all, the performance is not a problem at all. I had no problem loading that brush when I was throwing the sample around on it, or throwing it on the sample. I had no problem making a lather. It took a ton of water. It didn't need it, but it took a ton of it anyway, which is good. If you overhydrate it, don't worry about it. You're not going to screw up your lather, I don't think, unless you really go crazy. It maintains the hydration, which is some things I've seen some soaps lately struggling with that throughout the shave. They don't necessarily, they kind of dry out. And that since I like to do a lot of passes, I need a soap that kind of is up to the task. This does do that. So this, even just sitting here, it's just starting to dry out, but it's still pretty slick. So I wouldn't worry about that. As far as the scent on it is concerned, it stayed straight about the same throughout the shave. It varied here and there. I saw it kind of go up and down, but the scent notes that really kind of sent it home for me did stay around, so which is good. All right, let's throw on a little bit of the aftershave. Again, we'll finish this shave up. Now this one I did not compare notes. I did not compare scent notes. I did not try to match anything up other than the artwork. And the fact is, lately I've been just trying to throw in some few things together. Not trying to match them per se, just kind of by scent note, just smelling it and throwing it together and seeing what happens. And I've gotten some pretty nice matchups. I would suggest you do that, especially nowadays if you're having a hard time making the ends meet, and you just need to cut back a little bit. Look at what you have. You want to try something new, mix a few of things that you have. But if you're looking to drop a little extra money on something just to get something nice, yeah, I would suggest this soap. It is a little steep, but you are going to get what you pay for as far as performance is concerned on this one. The fact that it holds on to the hydration throughout the entire shave is big for me. The residual slickness was really, really good. I could feel it as soon as I was done shaving. I was rinsing my head and drying it with the towel. I could still feel that my head was hydrated. So, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are in DOP status. Dome of perfection. No nicks, cuts, scrapes, areas of irritation. Smooth as glass. Perfect shave. And that is the shave. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions or comments about this soap or any soap for that matter, please put it in the section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed but wish to do so, make sure you knock that bell. That way you get a notification every time we do a new video here at CD Shaving. Folks, I am Chad. Thank you very much for joining me, and we'll see you guys and girls in the next video.